Hello students, in this class of ours we are going to study heredity and evolution. This is a chapter in biology of class 10th. The name of the chapter is Heredity and Evolution. Heredity and Evolution. So right at outset we will try to explain the meaning of the topic. Heredity in biology means it is transfer of characters or traits from the parents to the offspring. Transfer of characters or traits from the parents to the offspring. And the word character and trait means what? See, character or trait. Character or trait. This is one and same. And the meaning of this is, it are those recognizable feature. Those recognizable feature with the help of which we can tell one individual apart from another. Say Rohit and Mohit. There are two fellows. One is Rohit, another is Mohit. One is tall, another is not as tall as Rohit. So this is one of the character. Height can be one character. If the skin color of Rohit is fair and the color of Mohit's skin is not so fair, that is can be another character. Shape of nose, shape of rather you can say the shoulders, the color of eye, the color of hair, and all these things. Characters or trait means those recognizable feature with the help of which we can tell one individual apart from another. They are always entering into my class, and yet I am able to say okay, they are both Homo sapiens, and yet I am able to say here is Rohit and here is Mohit. So such features with the help of which I tell apart Rohit from Mohit, they are called characters or traits. In biology, we have talked about even this earlobe. This is called earlobe, and in some of the people you will find that this is attached here, and in some of the people it is free. So earlobe is free or earlobe is attached. That also is one of the character or trait. So we have defined two terms. First is heredity, transfer of characters or traits from the parents to the offspring. Now let us say their father. They are brothers, and father is Hiralal. So here Hiralal is having height, is a taller fellow, and this tallness comes from father. So this is an heredity. Heredity is transfer of characters or traits from the parents to the offspring, and characters or traits, I said, these are recognizable features. See why I am insisting so hard on recognizable feature, because if I say the liver of this fellow is of black color, and of this fellow it is of orange color. Liver is not of black and orange color, but just to make you understand I am telling, so that you cannot recognize. But at once if I say Rohit is having a fair skin and his skin color is not fair, that you can recognize. If one is man with the broad shoulders, another is man is with the drooping shoulders, this you can recognize. If one is having black hair, another is having blonde hair, you can recognize. If one is having blue eye, another is having brown or black eyes, you can recognize. So such recognizable features with the help of which we tell one individual apart from another are called characters or traits. Heredity, characters and traits. Now the word evolution. Evolution is nothing but sequence of gradual changes. Sequence of gradual changes which take place in primitive organisms for millions of years and ultimately result in the origin of new species. It is believed sometimes. See, what I have said here may not be true, but it is. These are the theories about the evolution. So people say that the donkey initially used to graze on the ground, grass on the graze, and because of some reasons this grass and something happened and it was not available to them. Then they started eating plants of the trees, and in this tendency of theirs, slowly their neck became very long. So they finally turned into giraffe. So people say so, that this is a sequence of gradual changes, and this is not possible that today morning you see them as donkey and in the evening you will find them a giraffe. No. Sequence of gradual changes which takes place in a primitive organism. Here the primitive organism is the donkey and the new organism is giraffe. Sequence of gradual changes that takes place in primitive organism for millions of years. Imperceptible it is. You cannot perceive it yourself. You cannot see it happening. Oh my God, I have seen it. You cannot. Imperceptibly that is happening, and sequence of gradual changes taking place in primitive organism for millions of years, ultimately resulting into the origin of new species. So that is all about evolution. Now a far more frequently used term is variation. So let us first study what is variation. Variation means, this is most widely misunderstood term, variation. I am not using much of the board, and that is in fact it's not required. Every word that I speak or anybody speaks can percolate to the last fiber of your being, provided you pay little bit of attention. So just listen here. The variation means what? Variation means only this: difference of characters or traits among the individuals of the same species. Here the most important word which is to be highly stressed is among the individuals of the same species. Difference of characters or traits among the individuals of same species. The difference between a mouse and mouse, difference between an elephant and elephant, this one difference between one man and another man, that difference is called variation. Not the difference between mouse and elephant is variation. Difference of characters or traits among the individuals of the same species, mouse and mouse, elephant and elephant, whatever the difference is there, that is called variation. The very next question should be that when it is of some consequence, when it is useful, or when it helps us, variation. So the answer is, variation can be of some significance or consequence or help only when it keeps on accumulating for millions of years. Then what benefits do we have if it keeps on accumulating for millions and millions of years? There are two benefits. Number one, it gives survival advantage in changed hostile environment. We will just look for an example. Suppose there is a bacteria able to survive at 40 degrees Celsius, next generation at 41 degrees Celsius, next generation 42 degrees Celsius, next generation 43 degrees Celsius. And suddenly, because of certain changes in the atmosphere, atmospheric temperature goes to 42 degrees Celsius. So all these organisms will not be able to survive. Let us say this is 42.5. So even this will not be able to survive, but this will be able to survive. So this is because of variation. And when the variation could accumulate, so there is a, you can say down the generations, there is a generation of bacteria which can survive at 43 degrees Celsius. And when the atmospheric temperature becomes 42.5, all of them vanished except this. So this is the advantage because of the variation. But this is possible only when variation keeps on accumulating. So 43 degrees Celsius, changed hostile environmental condition, this has given a survival advantage to the organism. Another benefit is, as we have seen, earlier there were donkeys and there were no giraffe. Because of the sequence of gradual changes taking place in donkeys, it ultimately became giraffe. So next advantage that we can talk about is that it results in the biological diversity, or it causes formation of new species. So today we have seen heredity and evolution. That was the name. Biology chapter, class 10th. Heredity means transfer of characters or traits from the parents to the offspring. Evolution means sequence of gradual changes that take place in primitive organisms for millions of years, ultimately result in the origin of new species. Then in between there was a term character or trait, which means only this, that the recognizable features with the help of which we tell one individual apart from another. And the examples were height, color of skin, color of eye, color of hair, earlobe free or not free or joined. And then came the term variation. Variation means difference of characters or traits among the individuals of the same species, and variation is of some significance or consequence only when it keeps on accumulating for millions of years. And there are two significance or benefits of variation. That one is it results in biological diversity, and the second one is that it gives survival advantage in changed hostile environmental conditions. That's all for now.